has given us His Word. He has given us the sacraments. He's given us the Eucharist. He's given us the saints, the Blessed Mother, a Pope. What do you mean we can't trust Him? We can trust Him with our lives in every situation. So they come back with a report. 10 tribes said, no way. 2 tribes, Joshua and Caleb, said, we can do it. We can take the land. The 10 tribes outweighed the 2. And as a result, guess what God said? In the book of Numbers, He said, all right, since you don't trust me, there's consequences. And what is the consequence of not trusting God? It's exile. It's separation. You don't enter the promised land. You don't get God's best. And if you want God's best, we've got to trust Him with all of our heart. So He says, for every day that you are up there spying out the land, you will wander for a year in the desert. How many days do you think they were up there? 40. 40 in the Bible is a number for testing. Moses was on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. They were spying out the land 40 days and 40 nights. Jesus will go into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. There's all kinds of 40 days and 40 nights. And so for 40 days and 40 nights they were up. They don't trust God, so they wander. That's what the book of Numbers is. The book of Numbers is this 40 years of wandering around in the wilderness. And you know what's interesting? The city that they camped at when they sent the spies up, you'll read about it in Numbers, it's called Kadesh Barnea. You know what Kadesh means? It comes from the Hebrew word, the root word, kadosh. It means holiness, the place of separation. We are separate. We're different. We're a distinct people. So it was from Kadesh Barnea that God was saying, go up and spy out the land. We're going to separate the boys from the men, the women from the girls here. Are you going to go forward with me, or do you want to go back to Egypt with your leeks and garlics and your flesh pots? And they said, I don't know if we can trust you for the land. And so 40 years of wandering around at that point. We're in the book of Numbers, wandering around for 40 years. We see stories like Moses striking the rock. Remember earlier they said, we're thirsty, we're thirsty. Moses took his staff and he struck the rock and water came forth from the rock. And then the second time, we're thirsty, we're thirsty. And God said to Moses, speak to the rock. Don't strike it with your staff, speak to the rock. Moses was so disgusted with the people, what did he do? He struck the rock, he got results, but as a result, God said to Moses, you have disrespected me in front of all the people. You will not lead the people into the promised land, but Joshua will lead them in. So you see, there's consequences to leadership in disobedience.